back at him. The little young Scotch fella is back under Barton. Well, Barton is a former Grand Prix ace, and he has got it all to do here. Barton at McLean's. This is where he took Callum Ramsey. Ramsey kept his composure, though, and came straight back at him. This is at the S's. Callum Ramsey back in control. Barton looking for a fast line out of the S's to try and make the repass. Melbourne Loop now. Ramsey leads. Barton in second place. We're on lap 16. Oh, dear me, and Barton has been duffed up now and had that second place taken away from him by Jason Davis. On towards Goddard's, into the braking area. 21 joining the party is Tom Tunstall. That is Jason Davis on 17. That is Darren Barton on bike number 3. Oh, dear me. Darren Barton high-sides his way out of that. Gets a 5.9 for style. Quick 12, takes a quick look at his bike. He's not going to recover from the floor twice, that is for sure. He's not going to pick himself up this time. Oh, Jason Davis goes through the old hairpin. Wow, he was bumping, he was barging, he used everything except the ball and chain on Callum Ramsey then. Ramsey is going to fight back though, surely. Callum Ramsey has had to fight all the way here. He had no ride at the beginning of the year 2000. Neil Mackenzie and his friends got themselves together and bought him a bike. He started his first race at Brands Hatch way down the grid and made steady progress. Now he's at Donington Park and he's right up there fighting on a motorcycle that's not even properly sorted for him yet. Still leading, Jason Davis. Callum Ramsey still second. Down into the S's. Davis, Ramsey. Can Ramsey pinch it back? We are on the last lap. Callum Ramsey, is this a well-judged manoeuvre from him or an even better one from 17 Jason Davis? Last two corners to come. Melbourne Loop braking area now. Ramsey's been good there before, but so's Davis. No mistake from Davis there. Runs out wide. Yes, there was a mistake. Oh, Ramsey's right with him. Last braking area now. Ramsey tucked under the paint. Comes up the inside on the brakes. That's it, Jason. I've got the number one place back. You're not going to regain it now. I'm going to fill the track. Oh, it's going to be to the line. Who's it going to be? Yes! Ramsey wins his first race of the year. He had a disastrous year last year. Could this be the year that counts for Callum Ramsey? I really do hope so. Let's take another look then at that superb pass from Callum Ramsey. It was last gasp, but it was done with style. Jason Davis could only look on. Could that be the first of many for Callum Ramsey? Jason Davis finishes second, Tom Tunstall third, Haslam, Levy, Bishop, Thomas and Berwick round out the top 8 of the 250's second round. The reigning champion McGuinness is only 6th. Davis and Ramsey share 33 points and the lead from Tunstall and Barton, 3rd and 4th. Claire's with Callum.
Bit of drama in there with McGuinness and Barton, to say the least.
Yeah, I saw John go down, then I saw Darren out, and I was in the lead. I couldn't believe it. Thought, must be my day, so I had to capitalise on it. I'll tell you what, there was about 5 of us, I think, who could win the race then, and it was just absolutely superb riding with all that. Well done to Callum, that's brilliant, brilliant.
John, what happened out there?
Made a really good start, got off at the front, come around the S's and towards the loop on the first lap, and I think we had a little bit of a gear selection problem coming down the gearbox for the Melbourne Loop itself, and I run really wide at the loop. Darren sneaked through to lead the race, and I followed him into Redgate and tried to get down the gears, and I think the bike was maybe stuck in 4th gear, and I was running into Redgate far too fast there, and I just lost the front, so straight in the gravel.
A disaster for John and Team Vimto in the 250s. Next, it's the Super Sports. Sunshine and motorcycle racing. It's what Sundays are for. Race distance is the same as the Superbikes. 19 laps then, 47.5 miles, and they're under orders already, and can it be converted from pole? McCarthy, the race one winner at Brands Hatch, gets a flying start with bike number 16. Down to Redgate then, the charge is on, into Redgate, it's Moody in the middle of the pack, but McCarthy, the Australian, that gets across for Mullen.
Yeah, the young 17-year-old there just slipping in second. That was a good move from him as well in the first lap, and Moody just tucking in, then Thomas.
On to Hollywood then, down towards Crater Curves now, it is, yes, number 16, Kurt McCarthy, the Australian, from the Australian, Christopher Mullen, who is a protege, I believe, of Barry Sheen, no less. This is only lap 1, I remind you. Yellow flag being made ready, I saw there. And the marshal well be on their toes, because this is going to be frantic when we get to Melbourne. Oh, it's already frantic. Down has got number 18, John Dieterman, so he is out. I'm just trying to pick up who else is there. 17's there. Tim Poole from Northwich is there as well. Pace car is out there, James, so we wait for the pace car to pick the boys up from behind. They'll stay under a green at the moment, but they will be behind the pace car. That will slow everything down so that they manage to clear the debris. And you can see they're a very white-faced young man indeed. The bikes then follow the pace car through McLean's. Everybody's slowed down now. And Bermuda there is only pointed at by Glenn Richards, his teammate, pointing down to the bike. So he's saying there's something up into his visor. Glenn Richards is saying there's something splashing up to his visor. So Bermuda might have a problem. Chris Bermuda is in the pit, so a major problem from him. If he's going out again, he will have to start right at the back of the pack, behind the pace car. He's straight out there, no problem with his bike. I think he's... oh, Kurt McCarthy's been down there as well, so both these boys are going to have to start, the two Australians are going to have to start right at the back of the pack when this comes back under green.
Well, that's a nightmare for those two. I mean, they were right at the front, and here they are, like you say, they're going to have to come all the way through the grid, but they're just trying their best now to catch up with the pace car and the guys at the back.
So then, Jim Moody finds himself right at the front. Glenn Richards is behind him on bike number 5. That's Vermeulen's teammate, who indicated to Vermeulen. We're back under a green, so this is a start again. Jim Moody's right on it. More about Vermeulen in a minute. He has got some work to do from the back. The 17-year-old had a bit of a disaster in the Superstocks race, but back into racing at Redgate. Meanwhile at Goddard's, race leader 21, Jim Moody.
Yeah, Moody just, you know, like you say, he's controlling it from the front. He's not going to do anything silly now. He's got plenty of experience. He's just going to try and run that. But Richards, you can see the aggression. I mean, he hasn't given up. He's going to have a go.
Still it's Bernard Damon there in 4th place. Vermeulen up to 5th place in front of Warwick Nolan now, who slipped back to 6th. But Bernard Damon, really, the Belgian, giving us a good performance as well. It's a very, considering it's a British Championship race, it's very international, isn't it? We've got Aussies, Belgians, and more Aussies.
Plenty of them, but that's great. I mean, it raises the racing for everyone. It just shows what a brilliant domestic scene we have in England.
Well, I mean, it's a brilliant domestic scene, and up the inside for Vermeulen. Oh, yes, he made. Well, Bernard Damon almost gave him room there, didn't he, really? It was very polite of him.
I don't think he had a choice. I think he had the line. It was basically just pushed him wide, really sucking.
So, as they weave their way round to McLean's, up to 4th place now. Can he get 3rd? Can he make a podium? I'll tell you what, Vermeulen really must want this to last another lap. And he's not got enough time to do it now, I don't think. James!
Just see him, he uses the back brake a lot there. And he's trying to pull that bit of time in, but it's going to be too much. Dean Thomas has taken a nice look. He knows he's there, run a slightly tight line just to defend it as he's doing now.
Oh, I tell you what, the young kid though, look, he was lining himself up and trying to make a draft over here.
Look at Moody.
Jim Moody then celebrates the race win. It was a good win for him. Glenn Richards in 2nd place. 3rd was Dean Thomas, just from the man of the moment, the young man of the moment, Chris Vermeulen. It's the history books that count, and Jim Moody will be shown as the race winner from Glenn Richards and Dean Thomas. Vermeulen, though, brilliant in 4th. Moody has a 5-point lead now over his teammate at Castrol Honda, Kirk McCarthy. Whitby is 3rd. After extricating himself from his female fans, Jim spoke to me. I'm not going to kiss you, Jim, but that was a great ride. Well done, mate. You're under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the pressure was never off right to the end, you know. Because the temperature's a little bit different than it was yesterday. Definitely working the tyres a little bit harder, and it's just the wind and between the wind and the tyre just working a little bit harder. It was a struggle to the end. I was watching my lap times; they were nothing like they were yesterday. But obviously it was the same for everybody. And I just knew that things went the way I wanted. It was sliding around a lot, but it was the same for everybody. I just kept the head down. You were the man applying the pressure early on, right the way through the race to Jim, the race leader first of all, and then you faded to 3rd. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I caught up to Jim sort of pretty well at the right time, mid-race, and I was feeling really comfortable, and I could see Jim's times are fairly steady, so I decided to go past him, and it sort of chopped me up a little through the S's, and then on the same lap I sort of got this vibration and a small rattle on the side of it every time I tipped it into a right-hand corner, and I didn't really want to take the chance of pushing it and sort of have something break, so I decided to slow it down. I knew that 4th place was far enough back that I could just steady it off, finish the race and get some decent points.
Kirk, at the beginning of the race you looked like you were falling back quite a few places. What was going on at the start?
We got a good start, and then the clutch was starting to slip, so it was just getting worse and worse. And I thought, when the pace car came out, I thought I'll come in and hop on the spare bike. They said we're not allowed to, so they just adjusted the clutch again. I went out. Then I think Chris came in as well because his was smoking a little bit, and then just went from the back.